The early days, what would you do different? There must be something that you... I know you obviously mentioned
player showcase would do different.
Anything else where you think, you know what?
I think I'd get people like us in early. The ideas in early. No.
You just sold it differently.
Yeah.
So at the start, he sold me playing.
But did you say when you get hurt? Because I can see you've got a little bit of a football background with like your job and stuff. I've got, apart from being a dad on the pitch and playing football, I've got.
No, you have, because look at all the people you play with. We were talking about the other day, this Sunday League thing. Look how many you still talk to and still play with now.
I still talk to them, but as a coaching side of things, I've got that side.
Building the team wasn't coaching.
So what would you do differently then?
I'd have got us in. I'd have got I'm not going to call it backroom staff, but I'd have got people behind the club first. Obviously, Shan helps, Sam helps, and they help massively. But I'd have got people in first to spread it out, and then basically I was built the social media thing first. Now I'm doing the social media first. Sorry, the social media now, and we're doing quite well on it. And obviously, it's picking up. I should have done that earlier, but equally, I get what you were saying earlier. We didn't have the content. No. It picked up when the players started getting the photos taken of people in the kit, games action. I remember one board member or one guy signed up after we actually played a game because he was worried that we weren't actually going to do it. Yeah, it wouldn't happen, he just wasting his money. But that's probably one thing I say I would have put in place. One thing I could have put in place is the people behind it first.
So we're talking about things that we would change if we could do it again. What's something that you was cautious about getting into it, which if now we've done it, you thought actually that shouldn't have been a concern at all?
I don't know. It's a good question. I think it is easier to get players. It's probably not easy to get the players of the quality you want. A lot of people want to play football, and they can play football. But it's probably a harder level on the Saturday than you probably realise.
No doubt. I thought we was going to this league and it was going to be top 2, top 3. I've never been more wrong.
Yeah, I didn't think we'd be at the top end. Sorry, I didn't think we'd be at the top 2, but I thought we'd be like a top half team.
Yeah.
But I think I bought into the idea of players would want to play for a club, that a brand new club with a brilliant story behind.
I don't know if I disagree with that. I think that's quite...
Arrogant?
The word, yeah.
I think looking back in now, it probably was. Probably was arrogant. Because I look at some of the players that play in the division below us, because we've not started at the bottom division, and I think they're not bad players.
But I think that's why grassroots is dying. I think the FA could do a lot better at helping.
Look at me. Hear you allowed to say that?
Yeah. Grassroots is dying. Grassroots is dying, and I've said to you before, the FA need to be. Look, I work for a private company who runs football leagues, and they would not run. I'm not saying what we do is perfect, but we would run a league set up better than them.
I think
chucking a new team. There'll be some look, and you might be one of them. Hopefully not. We don't want this to happen. This team could fold because players leave. But if the FA did something better with teams in the summer for a new team grading sort of system, so they put you in the right standard. Putting you in Division 2, we're in.
Yeah, that's by application. So they let you apply. Like one new team went in Division 1, they let you apply, and I just got the heads up that Division 3 was like oversubscribed, and it's not that we could go to the development division, which is basically under 21 football, or Division 2 would be better. So we went to Division 2. Like we thought it's the next lowest we can go to. And I remember we thought about going to the Central Midlands as well. So we were in the Nottinghamshire Senior League, Division 2, which is county football. And I remember thinking, when we was going to obviously Notts FA, I'm not going to say they didn't help, but their help was reactive to our questions. So it was, we need to set up a club, here's a form. And that was it. So we filled the form and sent it off. We paid our dues to get affiliated. We didn't hear from them again. And then it was, can you put me in contact with the local leagues? So they sent us an email address. We contacted that email address, the email bounces back. We contact the FA again and there's no replies from anybody. So then you're having to chase the league from a website, which the website now doesn't exist. The league's website that we're in, because they all use the full-time website. And it's stuff like that where you think it could be better. And I know there'll be a lot of people who are involved in football, not just Nottinghamshire, literally up and down the country, who will think the same thing. The FA could be better, they could be more helpful. The local league could be better, they could be more helpful. And for someone who's set up, I'd never set up a men's team before. I'd never gone into even any admin side of the men's league. Done the youth leagues, but never the men's league. And they get less help the higher up you go. The lower you, at the grassroots level. Like you're saying, grassroots.
That's just a funding issue. Isn't it?
No, because they've got people at the FA who are there. And I honestly believe since COVID, a lot of people, this is council even, not even the FA, this is council, people work from home, you just can't get hold of them.
Yeah, I don't think it's funding. Like I know I've worked
For lower levels, you say it's people. There's people there, but so from working, I worked in a business that went down in COVID, and people, what COVID taught you is you could work with a lot less people. So these companies will put a lot less people in those positions because they were saying like, well, we used to have 10 in those positions, but actually during these times 4 can cover it because they up that work. So then, but then you get back to levels.
But I'm talking, we wasn't getting a reply full stop. It wasn't like I wasn't getting a reply for a couple of days or a week. We didn't get a
We
reply.
had 2 different experiences by 2 different councils.
No, but I agree. If I have someone who comes to, so our policy at my work, someone who qualifies for my league, we have got 24 hours to contact that person. That is our policy.
And
that is why 5-a-side and 7-a-side is growing and 11-a-side is dying. Yes, there are other reasons, quality of the pitch, blah blah blah. Look, I'm not juvenile to think it's just the way it's being run, but football isn't dying, but 11-a-side is.
Yeah, I do think it's an issue, and I'm not saying it is all on the governing body of the but it's a big part of it. When we was looking for help or even guidance, not help. We didn't want them to hold our hands through this. We wanted them to guide us. And when they give you an email address which bounces back,
yeah, I get your point with that.
and then they don't reply to your, hey, this email doesn't work, is there an alternative? And then even contacting the league, we contacted I think in March. We didn't get a reply till towards the end of April. And it's like during that 5 weeks of not replying, you're telling me nobody was reading that email. Nobody was come on, it's not true. It's just not true. And even the acknowledgement of an email would have been enough. Because I remember thinking, it was like almost a panic that we're not going to get in the league. We're doing all this work behind the scenes. We're getting these board members on board. We're putting the showcase on. We're not going to get in the league because nobody replied.
No, I remember that.
And I was like, what the fuck are we going to do? Like, if we don't get in the league, we can't play friendlies for a year. It's a joke. But literally, that's one of the points. And you're talking about obstacles. I'm not going to say the governing body of football was an obstacle, but we didn't get the help that we probably expected. And like you say, working obviously 5-a-side and small side of football, I remember back when we first started working, I'm not going to say, can you remember the Form Ds?
Yes.
Literally, the FA would contact you about Form D because they get a tenner out of it, every single one. Now there's no money involved, not really interested as much. And I don't know how much money the FA make out of football clubs or leagues. I'm not privy to that information, but I imagine there's not much in it
anymore because we don't. Let's not be honest. We're just not FA. We made a decision not to be FA affiliated anymore because we weren't getting anything out of it apart from paying their money.
Yeah. So why would you be there?
You did it. It was a featured benefit. Oh, we're an FA affiliated league. We have FA referees. So 15 years ago, that meant something to someone like you who wanted to join a league. It was. Now you're not really bothered. You're not bothered if it's an FA affiliated league.
More casual, more social, and that's what people.
And you're not bothered if the referee's FA affiliated. You're just bothered if he's good.
Yeah,
and what I mean by that, I am not an FA affiliated ref. I'm a very good 5-a-side ref. And they'd rather have me than an FA affiliated ref on some occasions.
Yeah.
So it's just got to the point now where Power League was like, we're not getting anything out of this apart from paying you a tenner. For every team, by the way, not every team.
Yeah. Every season.
Every season.
So every 12 weeks or 16 weeks, something like that.
So you're talking
thousands.
Yeah, probably tens of thousands across the country.
When you look at it now, it's free money.
Yeah.
Free money. But also going to the Notts Olympic thing, that was not an obstacle, but it's certainly like a problem we had.
Unnecessary problem.
Yeah, and literally, it could have done. It definitely could do more. And I'll say it's to any club that joins for next season, plus some guys who want to put the team together. You probably need to contact your FA really early, and you probably need to contact the league you want to go into really, really early.
So what would be someone listening now? They get the bill. Played FM. While listening to this, they go, do you know what? I'm going to do it. What's your top 3 tips?
Don't do it. Number 1. It's a bad idea. Number 2. No, my top 3 will be literally contact early. As soon as you know you want to do it or you've got that bug to do it, contact early. Find out the things like the affiliation fees, insurance costs, the things that you need to put up before a player will pay his first subs. Because it's not a massive amount to, for a season. I think it's something like £200. It's not an unreal amount. However, it's an amount that you don't have spare every single. Not everyone has spare straight away. And you think if you've got no players in, it's difficult to do. Managers be sacked. Non-league.
Here's the thing: we could potentially get anyone wrong with any manager.
He's not been sacked.
No, I'm
Steve,
saying.
our manager might be.
That is true.
It could be.
So we're looking at odds this weekend, all these months. So I think Neil Warnock's one of the favourites, isn't he? Who else?
Eddie Howe,
How's not getting sacked?
Big Sam, Billy
We got
Davis.
we got Sheffield United.
Oh yeah, I think that's mental.
What?
Sheffield United was under pressure.
Who is the champion?
Yeah.
Because that used to be a question.
No, but I saw a stat where they call it the bounce back, don't they? And it is a thing.
Yeah.
On average, it's something like you gain like an extra 0.8 of a point, and the 5 games following a sacking.
That's nuts. I don't know.
I think it's too early.
There's loads. Like people, me and Daniel were talking about the other day, how many in non-league and local level, how many sackings was it in the weekend?
Yeah, let's argue. We've been nice.
Well, what are the new manager today? Who's just got a job today?
Basically just hired the chairman quit over the weekend. They lost to Lucas and Town.
Well,
Who also sacked manager 2
yeah,
weeks
but it
ago.
works. I think Henry Buxton should be sacked.
What, Sheffield United?
Yeah. I think he should be sacked.
I don't know, I disagree. I feel like it's too early in the season.
I don't know.
They're getting a losing mentality. I don't think he's a very good. I think he's lucky to be there anyway. I think if he hadn't got promoted, they would have sacked him. I think he's just delaying the inevitable, and I think they've got more likely. I think they're more likely to stay up by getting someone else than replacing him and doing a Leeds and not doing it in time.
So all the way around. So Forest.
I was just about to say.
Season.
Daniel knows my
So would you have sacked Steve Cooper?
so Daniel knows how I'm going to answer.
Would you?
So I said to Daniel, I would love Steve Cooper to be our manager in the Championship, right? No, I don't want him in the Prem. And that's going to annoy a lot of people. He is too defensive. We've got a better team. We still counter. Unfortunately, British coaches, in my opinion, aren't very good. And I would not have Steve Cooper.
Hence why Phil would have me sacked this weekend.
I think that's crazy. Because people last season was talking about sacked.
So what's he done that he shouldn't have achieved with that team?
Got
They should
promoted.
have achieved got promoted first.
Okay, and I agree. Hence my point. He's one of the best Championship managers.
Also-
And there are lots of examples, and you know that's true. There's lots of examples of very good Championship managers
Warnock.
who are not good enough for the Prem. And in my
Should he have
opinion,
kept us up?
say again,
Should he have kept us up?
yes, he should have kept
With
it
that
up.
team, with
Yes,
that many
Yes.
signings and that many
yes.
Because I don't think he should.
Well, yeah, but he did.
No, but I think that's
The
a
only reason we stayed up, and his luck from him as well, was because of the World Cup. If we did not have a World Cup, that team would have gone down. And what I mean by that is, the World Cup was another pre-season for Forest. We had 26 players, you're right, but then we had a World Cup, so we had another pre-season. Hence why Forest's points after the World Cup improved quite dramatically, if you remember.
So is that not down to Steve Cooper?
No, he's lucky that we had a World Cup.
So did
He will not be the manager of that. He will not take us forward.
So did who got ready?
He won't take us forward.
Leeds,
Southampton,
He will be.
Southampton, remember? They had 3 managers.
He will be like
And still went down.
in the Premier League.
You think?
Yeah.
See, I remember being critical of Forest and what I thought they did. Steve Cooper obviously won the World Cup in the 17s, and with Swansea, a lot of his success was the young players. Forest actually got a lot of older players. That wasn't what he never worked with older
Well,
players.
he didn't buy those
He's a
players.
coach. He's not a
Yeah,
coach.
but it doesn't matter.
But he didn't buy
That's
those
the basis
players.
he's
So
got.
you're saying
So either the club failed him, but this season I feel like they bought better for him.
The club didn't fail him. The club didn't buy those players. We would have gone down. You can't say that. We had
Or
to.
buy those players that he didn't want.
I will.
We had to buy players.
No. 100% he had to buy players, but they bought players he didn't want.
Yeah, but who does he want? People like Morgan Gibbs White, so he's costing us £40 million. We made the decision, and the right decision. Our team was not a championship team, let alone a premiership team. And the playoff final, I think it was 5 players on loan. I could be wrong, by the way. So we had to replace them. We had to replace the back
Well,
line.
I don't say they didn't have to sign.
And he would have come into the club knowing this is our setup. There's plenty of clubs out there nowadays. We have a director of football who they so Cooper will get it.
He knew it, but those directors of
So he
football.
can't
That's why. No, I'm not saying he can't know, but they brought those players in, and they got sacked for bringing those players in. That's why we've got a whole other recruitment team. So that's why they did it, because they openly said they brought the wrong players in. And that's why they got sacked. We've got a new guy who's clearly bringing, hopefully, the right players.
Really? You still think? I think some of us. You can't say this.
I said hopefully. Because you think Sangara is.
I agree. I think some of them are great. I think some
And
of them
Callum
are
Hudson for £5 million.
That's a gamble. Let's be honest.
For £5 million?
No. It's a great signing. It's a gamble. If there was an extra 10 on there, Forrest would go, no, thank you. That's a win-win situation. He's terrible. He cost you £5 million. I don't think that's good business by anyone, because that's not being a great director of football. Let's go in. It's £5 million.
For me, £5 million.
Yeah.
It's a gamble that he can take because he's worked with him already. He won the U17 World Cup.
I know, but it's not, that's not a gamble.
Okay,
It's $5 million.
the Scarpa deal, was that a gamble?
No,
It was 3.
Scott, he did.
So
Was it a gamble? It was 3.
Yeah, it's anything's a gamble like that. We didn't want
No,
to.
you
Was
gamble.
Morgan Gibbs White a
Yes.
gamble?
The ones where it's more money, those are the ones where you're like, are we doing the right thing here? They will not be bothered if Hudson Odoi flop this season because it costs £5 million.
No.
If they stay up.
If they stay up. Yes, I agree.
Will they stay up?
Yes.
I think
because of the
the
standard of the league.
teams at the bottom of this shit.
See, I disagree with that. I said this to Sam earlier. I said, I think this season we're not going to stay up just because other teams are shit. I'm going to stay up because we're just going to be high.
I mean,
I don't- I
in the
think we're
Premier
gonna
League,
finish fourth.
it is Luton, Burnley, the teams that came up, the Luton and the Burnley, and the Sheffield United. They're the teams at the bottom. Everton are not strong enough. Bournemouth is still not the best. Wolves, and then maybe Forest. And it's because those teams at the bottom, Wolves haven't
Yeah,
signed
Wolves
anyone
going
yet.
backwards.
Yeah.
Everton are just selling because they've got no money. You've got 3 teams with
Bournemouth have already been weak.
Luton's annual wage budget. Have a guess.
It's
Have a guess.
Have a guess.
It's probably going to
Their
be
annual wage budget of the whole team.
But I'm saying,
Less than two.
what's
Guys, you know
popular?
what you guesses as well?
less than 2
Less than 2 million doesn't
For
ridiculous.
the year.
for the year. I reckon their top player is probably.
I think Ross Barkley's
50.
really good. He's in the on. So I would say he's probably on about 50k, 50k a week. Yeah, he's a free agent. He's not going to get the money he demanded at Chelsea.
Sheffield United are 19th with their wage budget of 13 mil.
Wow.
That's lower than I thought.
Wow,
Okay.
wow.
Oh, so I'm right with 7 million.
I'm not
I'm gonna say-
I'm saying Sheffield United are 19th.
I'm going to say 8 million.
I'm sticking 7 now. So.
A year.
A year.
I reckon about 22 million a year.
Well, I have Sheffield United in 19.
Listen, you're supposed to be the nerd. You're supposed to be the statistician. I've just said Sheffield United are 19th with 13 million, and you've got an eye on.
Luton are the lowest.
Oh, sorry. Apologies, I was going down.
26.
54 million.
13 million for the year is outrageous.
So Sheffield, yes, no, that shot me. Well, Luton shot me.
Half of Man City squad will earn that year.
So Man United were top. They were 200 million.
It must be more.
Oh, 7 million.
What is 13 million?
Just have a guess.
Yes, man. Don't get excited.
No. 8.5.
£3 million.
Fucking close for 2.
According to the article I read today.
What per season?
I bet that was last year.
70 grand.
£1 million a week is 50 million.
Man City, yeah. Man United was 200 almost.
So they're 100 grand a week now.
Man United
You
only
think Ross Barkley was
it's
their
70,
biggest?
it's 70 grand a week.
Was their biggest?
That's no way.
signing?
I'm just saying what is
There's no way. Whoever that was probably last year. There's no way. There's no way. I'm saying I'm calling BS on that.
I'm not.
One
Because
on Football Manager, what would be the top one when you go at the top? Your annual salary, what would we used to always get?
Yeah, it's 150 more. I think it could be more. I quite
Man
like that.
United, well, Man United was first 200 million. Show you how much shit they got.
Oh, I'll tell you what. It's about £4 million a week, which is about 200 million. So yeah, probably right. 200 million. But then at the bottom, you probably get like, I don't know,
Forest were 10th.
With
59? That's what I said.
could be correct. It's just mental affairs.
When I saw 3 million, I was like, what? I actually looked at the calculator. I went, what is that?
They're
It's
one of the-
70 grand.
They're one of the lowest budgets in the championship.
So let's say they've got 20.
It's not.
Let's say they've got
Martin's
20.
on more.
Let's say they've got 20. I don't think he'll be on much, mate.
50k.
Oh, no, I bet he's on hardly anything.
But then, do you not think they'll be heavily incentivized?
No, they'll be.
But
What
Their
their plan is
Be a
we're
strong
going to
championship.
be a strong championship team. Their plan is to be the next Norwich. I
Yeah.
think, yes, they are not. They're not going. We're going to get relegated, but they've gone. We're going to tighten our belts and have the money to strengthen next year.
So is that the right way to approach it? No.
By the way,
Forest
that's
didn't.
why I would have kept the keeper. That's why I wouldn't have sacked him. Because if we would have got relegated, because
Yeah,
we
he was
should
never going to get sacked. I'm just telling you.
No, but that's. But
I
that's
don't. I disagree with that.
That's
I
why-
feel like.
that's
No,
why
can you remember the
I wouldn't
rumours?
have
Can
sacked
you remember the rumours coming out about Cooper being sacked?
and so
I genuinely think that was. This might be me just being crazy. I think that was being released by the owner to see the fans' reaction,
No one backed him, didn't
and the fans. The fans love
Listen.
him.
they? I love him, right? I just think he's not going to take us to that next step.
I hope he does.
But then,
I hope he does. Okay, this is a win-win situation for me. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am wrong. I don't think he's good enough.
What are you gonna say?
who is the replacement?
You can't say that because look at the Brighton man. No.
No, I agree. I think foreign owners
You-
tend to go with foreign
I
managers.
couldn't name you the next one because the Brighton manager he's amazing. I've never heard of him before he joined Brighton.
Was it Shakhtar?
I don't know, but there's a few examples. Graham Potter even
Mm.
didn't know much about him. Do you know what I mean, there's loads of
Graham
examples.
Potter wasn't a bad manager. He just went to a shit club.
But it
Well, he was
was
just
shit
sweet.
club.
What I'm saying is, we won't know who the next is. What's his name? Zerbi. You won't know him. Brighton have just got a very good setup. I'm trying to think who else has done
Yeah,
well.
it was a bit
managers
like
lately.
look when Pochettino came into Tottenham. No, not much about him.
No, that's
He
true.
was a good player. He came
No,
in.
Southampton.
I'm becoming the board member tonight, but I can't decide.
What? Wait! He's becoming. A board member.
Yeah, he's not on the list
Can
yet.
you not let?
Wow.
Can we have a live sign up to a board member just so we can show the potential?
If there is any board members watching, can we vote fill out the podcast?
Yes, please.
Good luck speaking. Who's going to speak next week?
I do think we should have a live.
Phil will sign up to a board member and he'll do it via Patreon. And he'll get all the privileges and rights that. Although we are looking at arranging our first board meeting, virtual or remote,
Yes,
or in person.
which was brought to us by another board member.
Yeah.
Out there.
So Javid signed up. Javid, I can't remember who. Who was Javid?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, well, Javid basically messaged me privately saying, "Can we arrange a meeting? But he'd like to meet us in person." He's a Nottingham Race board member. He said, "Can we meet in person first?"
So I'm going to sign up when I get home. How do I do that?
Patreon website, notsolympic.com. Probably the best way of doing it.
The
And
link
then
will be in this podcast as well.
yeah, we'll pop it in on the YouTube. But yeah,
It'll be in the comments.
and then you'll be added to a group chat. It's a virtual group chat. If the people who are a little bit older, I say older, our ages, mid-30s. If you remember, like imagine an MSN group chat.
Nudge.
An MSN group chat is basically similar to that. It's all an online group chat back in the day, and it's basically that. And we have constant.
So if you're ignoring me, can I go off sign on? Like, say it pops up.
I think everyone gets a notification. I think when
Someone joins.
someone joins or someone
It's
comments.
definitely it's
Everybody gets a notification if someone comments. Hence me seeing the Javid comment.
Even
yeah.
at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, we have some board members who are obviously not UK based, so their replies are not often on the same time that we are. But that's the best way of joining. Website or Patreon. But there'll be plenty of links on the social media. But I think we ended with a football quiz. Has everyone got a question?
I've got a question.
You got a question? Football question?
Your phone.
Get your phone back up.
Oh, wow.
We're going to try and end.
Sam's going to kill you.
I want
We're
obviously
still
the-
here.
We want the people at home to obviously listen.
So just in case so Sam, it's 9:55. We'll be leaving in a second.
But we're going to try and end it with a football quiz. And probably one question each to see who can get it. Has everyone got, Danny, have you got a question? Ian, have you got one?
No, I'll
Phil, have you?
shit.
Oh, I should even allude to one.
Yeah, you
say
should have. That should have been the question.
say,
That should have been it. I'm going to try and find a question quick. Danny, you can go for your first question then because you've got yours ready and prepared.
Okay. Is this to the table or anyone individual?
Well,
We'll do it to the table.
Definitely to the table.
So the first 50 Premier League goals scored by a Bosnian all came from Edin Dzeko.
I agree.
Who scored the 51st?
It was not Edin Dzeko.
It was not Edin Dzeko.
Bosnian.
Bosnian in the Premier League.
The Premier.
I'm gonna get this. Is it Zanazav, whatever his name is, from Man United? Because I swear that was one of his nationalities. Didn't he have like 1 million nationalities?
Oh, Januzaj.
Januzaj.
Yes, good shot.
I swear he did. Do you remember when he could have played for England?
Yeah, I do actually remember that.
Is
It's
he
not
going to
him.
Belgium?
Wait, Dzeko was playing quite recently in the Premier League.
Dzeko played from 2012 to
I wanna say it's a
2015,
midfielder.
16, something like that.
I want to say
Bosnian
midfielder
in the
now.
Premier League.
Okay, he's a goal scorer, so it's got to be a midfielder or a striker.
Could be a defender. Anyone can score. Goalkeepers
I
score.
couldn't even be Bosnian.
That's a hard question. That's a hard question. Now.
That's a good question.
Bosnians in the Premier League. Boško Balaman.
What?
Was he Bosnian?
Are we going to have
Aston
heard,
Villa.
are we gonna have heard of this player?
Yes, yes.
Just making sure it's not some like.
The
And it's
only reason I
under
know
18.
this is as a Chelsea fan, it gets brought up a lot.
So he's
Oh,
a Chelsea.
He's a Chelsea player.
Maybe. It was either against Chelsea, while playing for Chelsea, or it's
Not a
playing
very
for
good fan,
Chelsea.
are you?
It's not Yossi Benayoun because he was right.
He was Israeli.
He's really. Oh my god, this is quite a hard question. Bosnia.
I can give you a hint.
Go
Well,
on.
I say hint, it's not really a hint.
Go on.
He's Bosnian.
The goal is in the Guinness World Record book as the longest goal scored in football.
Oh, Begovic.
91.9 metres.
Is it Asmir Begovic?
Asmir
It is
Begovic.
Asmir Begovic.
Wow, well done, Ian.
Well done, Ian.
Well done, Ian. I thought, no, when you said defender,
question,
sorry,
man.
midfielder, I thought defender, goalkeeper, I thought, no, goalkeeper, I'm going to do it. That's a great question. Well done, Ian.
So, who is the only Australian player to
Tim
appear
Cahill.
in the PFA Team of the Year?
Australian.
Tim Cahill.
It's not Tim Cahill.
How is he?
Harry Kewell? I don't think it is Harry Kewell. Is it?
There you go.
Harry Kewell?
How cute.
And how was he?
He's coach now.
He was a coach
I
of.
think Celtic or something
No,
like
no, he
that.
went low down, didn't he? He went quite low.
Oh, he managed North County at one point. Oh, I tell you what, these are the questions I like. Guess the player based on their clubs.
Yeah, tic-tac-toe stuff.
Go on, you go.
So, in fact, let me get the actual. No, I know. I just need to make sure I got the specifics right.
If this was 20 years before I was born.
Wesley Superman.
So, you're gonna take it in turns. I'm gonna slowly build up. So I'm gonna give you a stat on a player. Now it might be the first stat might go. This is nothing to do with it. But it might go. Let's play in Spain. Then you can decide for another guess, and then I'll give you a second stat.
So is
It's to
it
see if you
is it a straight guess or is it a
can. No,
question?
you decide what you want to guess.
Okay.
But once you guess, you're out.
Okay.
Okay. So you decide when you want to.
So how many lives have we got each?
No, you're out.
One guess.
You don't
So how
wanna
do we
guess.
move forward then?
One guess.
See, if you don't want to guess after I give you the first stat, which I'm about to,
Okay.
So
I'll then give you the second stat.
can we collectively ask for the next?
No, that's good.
It'll be obvious if no one's going to guess on the
Ah.
first one.
Yeah.
Go on then.
Okay.
So this is Phil's quiz question.
This player has won an FA Cup.
No, is it now?
I'm assuming no one wants to go to that one. This player has won a World Cup. No one else?
No guesses there.
This player, just going to check. This next one. You have to shorten this down. This player won the Champions League.
Alvarez.
You are at.
I went early.
You went very
I
early.
went early.
You went very early. You should have waited.
I will wait till a bit longer.
Nah, fuck it.
Ian's out.
Biscuit for a biscuit.
This player has played in 4 countries.
I know it.
Carry on.
Out of those 4 countries, 3 were in Europe.
He's won a World Cup. Can't be him.
Okay.
Keep going.
He's scored over 30 goals For his
Not
country.
striker. Oh, so he is a striker. I'm gonna say it is.
You guess?
Oh,
No.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
You're out now.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
when did he win
When
a
did he win a
World
World Cup, by the way?
He was.
This player won the Europa League.
It's a Spanish man.
That says when the Europa League, the World Cup, he's got to be Spanish or French.
This player's won the Euros.
Either or.
Spanish or French.
He has played for 2 teams in England.
I know it.
Wait,
Can I? Are you gonna? I know. Do you know what it is now?
wait. He's played in 4 clubs. One's not in Europe.
I didn't.
He's won the
No,
World
I
Cup.
said 4 countries.
Okay, 4 countries, 2.
I'm the quiz. I know the answer. Incorrect.
I thought it was.
I think it will be one, though.
No, I think it's. I can't say it.
Go on, next question. Go on. I'm going to keep going until I get his name.
This player has played in Spain, England, Italy, when he was in Europe.
Spain, England, and Italy. French, Spanish. Spain, England, Italy. So it's got to be Spanish.
Still going?
Spanish
One
player.
in the everyone's got it. Yeah.
Is it? I can't think of a non-European team he's played for.
I think
I played for. He had the nickname. Oh, I'm getting too close now.
See,
He had the nickname El Nino.
It's Fernando Torres.
I did that to go away for us.
Fernando Torres.
Was that who you got? No.
I had Cesc Fabregas.
Do you know what's weird? You know when you write that up.
I have played with Giorgio Chiellini, Eric Lamela, and Sergio Ramos. I am also the top goal scorer of my country. Who am I?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
It is not Cristiano Ronaldo. The other 2 can have a guess, and then you'll be back in.
He's played for Milan, Juve. That's the name of Ramos in Madrid, PSG. That's his Spanish player.
I feel like this is very misleading.
So who's he played with?
Lamela, Chiellini, Ramos. One will be a nationality link.
That's what.
One will be a nationality. That's how we do these things. So Ramos is either Spain.
No, it can't be. Oh yeah, it can be. Can you just give a guess? What
Kakas.
Who?
Kaka?
It is not Kaka.
Link. What nationality
I'll
was
give you a
Lamela?
clue after Danny's guess.
I'm trying to think of
What
Lamela must
nationality was Lamela?
the Lamela must have.
He's Argentinian.
Yeah, he is Argentinian.
I've got a guess. Right?
Chiellini, Ramos,
And Lamela.
Did he play for them? He did.
Lamela. Who's Lamela played for?
Argentina.
Okay. I'll give the clue after Danny's first guess.
No, just, let me guess what you give the clue.
No.
Chiellini.
You Italian.
The
Played for
Italian.
Milan, Juve,
Yeah.
maybe more.
I
I don't think he's ever left Italy.
I feel like it would be someone small. Like, not a huge, but
He's the top goal scorer for his country.
off his country.
It's not him.
Okay, that's quite a good question.
He's not Messi.
Come on, Danny, put a guess out there. I'll give you a clue.
Apart from anyone who's played for all of them.
Come on,
Morata.
have a guess.
Di Maria.
You have a guess. I want to give the first clue,
George Weah.
and it'll stop some of the guesses.
Just say anything.
Say Dennis Bergkamp.
Say Romeo Beckham.
Henry Larsson.
Kean North.
What a goal he scored back the weekend.
It'll be on him.
Okay, I'm going to give the clue because it's taking too long.
Yeah, I can't think.
The club that you all think of when you say Eric Lamela is the team he also played for.
Tottenham. That's a good one, I think.
Chiellini is what I'm getting stuck on.
I got stuck on that too, and I was doing the question.
I can't think of
I
an
double
Italian.
checked it.
I can't think of an Italian who's played for. Ooh.
So who's the top goal scorer of Italy? Let's get it down that way. If you're going to go down that route.
Don't know anymore.
And that would be the incorrect answer.
Modric.
It is not Modric.
That was going to be my first one. But he's not playing with
He was not
Chiellini.
playing in Italy, is he?
No one said he played in Italy.
Where's Chiellini played?
That's a very good question.
Oh,
That's the thing.
Chiellini did not only play in Italy.
oh, is he not? I don't know his clubs.
Is he currently? He's in the Saudi club now, isn't he?
He's not.
He's somewhere weird.
It's somewhere weird.
Maybe China. Where did he start? I
China's
don't
not
know.
weird.
Look, he's been in Italy for ages.
He was, and this guy did not play with him in Italy.
Maybe Spain then, I would imagine. No. I mean, I don't know Chiellini's clubs. I'm not going to get this.
You might get it because I'll tell you the team Chiellini moved to after the end of his career.
Oh, at the end of his career, he moved somewhere.
He did, and I think he's still playing.
He's in the US, isn't he?
He's still playing.
He's in the US.
Giorgio Chiellini is still playing.
He's in the US.
It's not Messi.
What's your guess?
Is it Leandro Yedlin?
He's not DeAndre Yedlin. He's not the top goal scorer for America. I'll go two more guesses each, and I'm going to have to reveal the answer. I feel like you're all going to be a little bit annoyed.
Top goal scorer he's played for.
What?
He's from
No, what?
a
what
country in Britain.
Gareth Bale.
Gareth Bale is correct. He plays for Chiellini at LA United. Or LA, whatever it's called.
LAFC.
Yeah, whatever
I
it
don't know
is.
about that.
Yeah. Top goal scorer for Wales. Obviously played with Ramos at Real Madrid, Lamela at Spurs.
Well, I think that's a good way to end the podcast.
And he's overrated.
Gareth Bale.
Yeah, see you next week.
Like and subscribe, guys.
Like and subscribe to the channel if you did enjoy the podcast. We are going to be doing it again. Speaking about Nottingham's non-league.
When we doing this next week?
We are doing it again next week. We're trying to make it a weekly thing.
Sounds like a Tuesday thing, that.
Can be.
Can't,
Wasn't it training?
only, yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah, Champions League night.